Christine, Tom Gilmore, Danny Walker all come back into the side as well. The bench doesn't look too bad, with the Chapel Howe twins playing together in the same match day 17 for the second time this year, and Owen Farnworth plays for the first time this year since his debut against Leeds on Easter Monday last year. There's confirmation of the Widnes bench. Now then, Hull have a number of their regular forwards out, but Beretta Farimo returns on the wing after a one-match ban. Jake Connor has been on the bench for 3 of the last 4. Josh Griffin, who'd normally play in the centres, is pressed into service in the second row. The substitutes bench has a bit of a youthful look about it. Lytton, Downs and Matongo are all 22 or under. Chris Green is the old head at 28. And a coach, of course, is Lee Radford. So Widnes come home then after that beating at Hull Kingston Rovers to face the team from West Hull. It's Hull FC, who tonight are in, well, I've taken advice, these are cerise-coloured jerseys tonight. And the black and whites of Widnes will have first use of the football, and that's Greg Burke, their pop forward, coming forward for them, but halted by a good physical challenge and a good chase from the kick-off by this Hull team.
Eddie, the most important person for me is the man at the back of the play the ball there, Aaron Jeremiah. Whenever we've watched Widnes this year, he's always important, he's always integral to what's going on, but he'll provide the link between that competitive pack of forwards that Widnes have started the game with and Tom Gilmore and Joe Mellor. First mistake of the game, and Widnes with 20 easy metres.
Yes, first penalty inside the opening 30 seconds of the match, conceded by Hull for a ball steal in that tackle. This is Chris Houston now. Widnes are on the halfway line, and the run coming in from Jay Chapel Howe.
He was good last time we watched on Sky Sports, wasn't he? Tom Alderson, very good over on that left-hand side.
Houston out the back door finds Mellor. Mellor then gets it to Wild. Wild finds Christine. Shuffled round at the last minute today. Christine named in the second row, playing tonight in the centres now. And we have Jeremiah here, the former Hull man, gets a short ball away to Chapel Howe once more. Chapel Howe gets to his feet, plays the ball, and it is with Mellor again, dabs it in just behind Rhys Hanbury. And good chasing by Widnes Vikings. They force the goal line dropout.
Well, all week, the Widnes fans have been hoping that their team can come up with special aid today, but the Widnes coach has been planning. Plan usually outperforms all the hopes. And I think there you've seen some variety in the kicks here. You've got to move the ball away from where Jamie Shaw expects it to be at the end of sets. That was the first example of that.
Goal line dropout then for Hull FC. Doesn't get to the 40-metre mark. Rhys Hanbury will run it back for the Vikings. Dennis Betts watching anxiously on. It's not been a bad start actually for the Vikings this. They have started matches pretty handily this season.
This is where they need to play the game though, isn't it? And as well, Eddie, they need to take the chances. They like the look of this left-hand side.
Looking at the numbers on the back of the jersey, it is Ted Chapel Howe, by the looks of things, in number 26, who has started the match for Widnes. Jay was named originally in the front row, but it looks like the Widnes have made a late swap as well. So it's Ted Chapel Howe out there. This, meanwhile, is Mellor. That's a short ball to Sam Wild. He tries to go inside Mark Sneed. And the reinforcements arrive. 4 men bring him down, but just short of the line. This is the last tackle again. Mellor dabs the ball towards the in-goal area, and it's Danny Washbrook who clears up for Hull FC, gets out of jail, and comes to the edge of the 10-metre line.
Well, they need to work hard now here. And I think you'll find Widnes trying to come up with some decent aggressive line speed and contact to control this big Hull FC side. Lee Radford, he knows what his side have got. The likes of this man carrying the ball, who was originally going to start in the back row, starting at centre. He's a big, powerful man, Josh Griffin. See what Widnes are doing now, trying to hold the ball carried up, waiting for reinforcements to come in to make this look a lot slower.
Nicky Payer will play the ball to Danny Houghton. Here is Scott Taylor now. Just only one game so far as Scott Taylor. 40 metres away on the last tackle, so the kick from Sneed down centre field. And he can do anything on this eye pitch. Can the ball, when it's allowed to bounce, but Hanbury has time to bring it forward, but only so far before Albert Kelly comes in with a little bit of help from Danny Houghton, who's now back in the defensive line. This is Charlie Runciman for the Vikings. Plays the ball to Gilmore and Matt Whitley. Normally a second row forward, playing today in the centres. They're a little bit light of three-quarters just now, Widnes, because of this chronic injury crisis they have.
You would think that they would favour going to that left-hand side with the likes of Whitley and Alberson and Charlie Runciman. A powerful charge from Greg Burt behind the ruck here.
It's an energetic start by the Widnes Vikings. Hull really haven't shown much as yet in the opening 5 minutes. This is a high kick and Shaw is underneath it. Whitley with an enthusiastic chase.
Well, you mentioned earlier the score with which Widnes lost last week at Hull KR, but that doesn't tell you that really in the last 90 minutes there's a potential ball steal. No, goes back to the Hull player according to the referee. It was only in the last 19 minutes that they conceded 19 points and the game really went away from them. And you mentioned the fact that they did lose 4 players with injury. They were strong and impressive for a large part of that. They'll have to play even better tonight to stand a chance against this Hull team.
Chapelhow with that tackle. Here is Sneed inside his own 40-metre zone. He's gone for a 40-20, has a spin on the ball. Hanbury had to be quick and come across and cut it out, which he does.
He's got out of trouble, isn't he? Kicking for them yardage players as Reece Hanbury comes back. Looking at that whole defensive line, he's looking for that little crack in the line to get through.
Now they gets it away to Gilmore. Here is Whitley again. Beg your pardon, it's Ryan Ince. And Runciman hangs on. All seem to bobble. He goes down on tackle number 3. They're still inside their own half of the field. Herrimeyer again. Houston now. Making good progress and gets a nice pass away. Here goes Sam Wilde. Applause from this Widnes crowd. Herrimeyer with a scamper from dummy half against his former club. Good move. Good work from Herrimeyer. Gets Widnes to the last tackle. They're inside the 20-metre zone. Gilmore then with a crossfield kick to the corner. Up they go for it. Jake Connor, though, who was practicing that in the pre-match build-up in the corner, taking the high balls in mid-air.
Well, that's right, Eddie, but it all came off the back of a good take from Reece Hanbury. The set of 6 really started on a positive note. Chris Houston, one of the senior members of this side, skirting across the line, going on the right, and as we've said a few times, look energetic, enthusiastic, and up for the task with this.
Rush Griffin. Third tackle. They made 40 metres in the 3 so far in this set. That's a good run from Scott Taylor again. Just bundled Herrimeyer out of the way. Houston couldn't get off the back of the grounded player quickly enough for the liking of referee Chris Kendall.
He's one of those players, Scott Taylor, when he goes at the line, he uses his footwork. He's got a good leg shift, but he spots Aaron Herrimeyer in front of him, picks him out, doesn't deviate from his initial run, and gets the penalty because of his direct run. Charlie Runciman's down for Widnes. Oh, sorry, Chris Dean is down for Widnes. It was on one knee, physio in attendance, and it looks like he's going to leave the field.
Yes, he's making his way to the sideline, that is for sure, Chris Dean.
It's his left arm that he injured, maybe bicep or forearm. I think he knew immediately he was in trouble.
Well, no wonder he's shaking his head, Dennis Betts. It gets no easier for him in terms of injury problems. He's only just back from missing the last 2. Christine.
There's a lot of forwards on the bench for Widnes. The shuffle is important. The reshuffle. We've already got second rowers playing in the centre. Christine has played a little bit of centre, playing predominantly in the second row these days.
And it's McGrath Lulawai who comes on for Christine. So yet more reorganisation having to be done. Wilde slipped in the defensive line. That's let Griffin through, and Widnes desperate to get him down. They do, just shy of the line. Houghton fires the pass to Sneed again. Sneed then finds Kelly. Kelly goes wide to Connor. Connor, nice little flick out the back door.
Those are 2 great players out there to start the set. Some variety. Attempting to attack in a different manner than you typically see. Then you get back to the centre of the field. That's half of the set gone. But they've stretched and they've made the Widnes side work very hard.
Ted Chapelhow was out very quickly to halt Nicky Payer. Here now is Kelly looking for the runner on his right-hand side. He found him all right as well. Farimo here then will play the ball to Houghton. They go further wide. Connor flicks the pass. And Washbrook, does he get in without going over the whitewash? Yes, he does. Referee Chris Kendall, no need to refer that upstairs to the video referee. So Danny Washbrook gets the scoreboard ticking over for Hull in the 9th minute. And Danny Washbrook, he missed round 1, but he's played in all the rest. I think that's his first try of the season as well. He's been playing all over the shop for Hull FC this year.
Well, it seemed that they were in scramble mode from this point here when they get the penalty. On the right-hand side, Albert Kelly dragging the defenders across the line. Nice little drop-off plays, but you look at the skill from Jake Connor here. He attracts 4 defenders and leaves that space out wide for Danny Washbrook. But he is a skillful player. Look at this. Keeps his feet, just gives it the big see you later to Tom Gilmore, and Charlie Runciman comes in and can't close that play down.
There's no doubt that that's a fabulous piece of skill by Jake Connor, but what about the intelligent shift, space, moving into where he's required? Farimo plays the ball, so the bloke that's supposed to be on the wing.
Widnes, after a decent start, trail 4-0, and with Mark Sneed's boot, they now trail by 6 points to 0. Widnes 0, Hull 6.
Typically athletic rugby guys who play in the centre position. They make lots of tackles, they carry the ball, they make meters, but there are very few who can do that.
Well, an enthusiastic start by Widnes, but it's been snuffed out a bit, and here is a high shot now, which will give them more easy meters downfield.
Well, I think he has been one of the bright lights of this year for the Vikings. He was the Vikings player of the year last year, Chris Houston, but unfortunately goes a bit too high there.
Next line, guys.
And you can just see the late footwork from Scott Taylor picking out Sam Wilde, goes away from the big fella.
Widnes with a lengthy injury list to cope with. 8 first-teamers already missing. Another one has gone off the field in Chris Dean. It's not good for a side that's lost 4 of the last 5 against Hull on this ground.
And as you say, Eddie, that they've played this the 7th home game out of 11. So they're going to have to do it tough, aren't they, going away from home?
They're going to get some mileage going, that's for sure. That's a good tackle, though. It's a very good tackle by Ryan Ince. This now is Sneed again. He finds Taylor. Taylor to Kelly. Kelly then looks for the drop-off play to Shaw. Shaw goes down that right-hand side again. He's having a Neville's own job to try and keep Hull out at the moment. They've been energised by their first try. This is Josh Bowden now, brought to ground by Houston. Centre field, 20 metres out. Last one coming up. Kelly with the kick to the corner.
Backwards.
Ball is played backwards, picked up by Connor. Still on the last. Connor just slips the kick through, and Hanbury to the rescue. Okay, Christine we saw going off the field. Let's find out his condition, Bill.
Go on.
Eddie, there is just an air of disbelief around the Widnes camp, because you can add another name to their lengthy injury list, and that is Christine, who has gone off the field, and it is a torn bicep, according to the Widnes medical team. And Dennis Betts must just wonder when this bad luck is going to end, because of course in the last game, early minutes of the last game, they lost young Keenan Brand, the 19-year-old centre who was injured 6 minutes into the game last time out against Hull KR. And Christine hasn't lasted much longer in this game and will presumably be out for some considerable time with that injury as well. So it is really, really tough for the Vikings at the moment.
It certainly is. They're doing it tough. There's no doubt about that. They were doing it tough this time last year as well. They had no halfbacks then. They'd sold Kevin Brown to Warrington, and the 2 men, Mellor and Gilmore, who were hoping to carry on without him, they were missing for much of the season. And now that's the 9th first-teamer who's off the field tonight.
Dreadful look for Widnes, but in terms of tonight and this evening, how they can play this game, it's quite simple. Keep it up, that middle channel. Keep it in the hands and arms of Aaron Jeremiah. Give him the responsibility and keep it tight. Make the big fellas of Hull SC do a little bit more work.
First thing they have to do is get their hands on the ball, and we saw plenty of it in the opening 6 or 7 minutes. But right now it's a rearguard action for the Vikings. And that's Griffin, who will play the ball here to Jack Downs. Downs goes down about 16, 17 metres away from the line. Gives it to Kelly here. And the last tackle, high kick to the sideline again. Oh, and they don't get him down. Farimo is a big man, is Beretta Farimo. And he gets the second Hull try. Beretta Ferrimo back after his one-match ban. Sent off in the 9th minute against Hull KR in the derby on Good Friday. Back with a vengeance here tonight for his 3rd try of the season.
Well, another try over on the right-hand side, Hull FC. Perfect kick from Albert Kelly, who takes charge and control of that, places it where he wants. I have a feeling that Charlie Runciman is half-hearted with that tackle because he tackled him in the air. There was a possibility for a penalty. You see Charlie Runciman, he tackles him, he's not committed, doesn't know what to do, doesn't complete it. Ferrimo doesn't hang around, wriggles free and scores the try.
I also think that the movement from Jake Connor, it probably dummied the Widnes defenders. They thought that he passed the ball to Jake Connor, so they switched off Ferrimo. He still had the ball though. That's the man that they should have focused on, and he scores the 2nd try for Hull FC.
We'll make it 12-0 here. And Sneed doesn't miss those. 12-0, Hull FC. Widnes in trouble.
They are, Eddie. And that man, I'm sure he's going to see a lot of the ball in this game. Widnes really struggling over there to control him and the likes of Jake Connor. And Widnes, as you said, they started the game well. Then what they've got to do is come up with effort on effort. They've got to run hard, tackle hard, but also they've got to be smart when they have the ball.
Kick off, and underneath it is Jamie Shaw. Nicky Payer gets it away to Fatuli Talanoa.
That's another example of just how confident Hull look here tonight. They've put some great players on. The defence was strong, but they've looked really impressive with the ball.
Houghton gets the ball away to Scott Taylor. Widnes have moved in the past 24 hours to try and strengthen things, and there is Jimmy Kinehorst. He signed a 4-week-long loan deal from the Leeds Rhinos. It's as much to give Kinehorst some match time as it is to help Widnes out with the injury plight that they've got. And boy, will they need him. This is Bowden.
Go 5.
Houghton goes right and finds Kelly. Again, up high into the air it goes. Runciman, as time is underneath it, and claims it.
Well, Widnes will be looking up at Albert Kelly and they'll be focusing on him and they'll be hoping that he plays over on Hull FC's left-hand side. He causes so many problems. He's elusive with the ball, but he's also got a very good kicking game if you don't put pressure under him. Here you can see nice low-risk plays from Widnes.
It's Widnes Hull on this Super League Thursday, Super League Friday, Leeds and Wigan tomorrow night. A really marquee fixture of any season. Leeds and Wigan at Emerald Headingley tomorrow at 7:30. Sky Sports Arena for that one. And this fixture traditionally produces high scoring. That won't be music to the ears of the Widnes crowd or the Widnes players at the moment. Average of 50 points a game here since the Vikings came back to the Super League. Well, we've had 12 in the opening 16, 17 minutes already.
It's a great outcome from a kick that was quality, wasn't it? High quality, got close to the try line, and they needed that, didn't they? They've been sort of in reverse for a period of minutes now, though, with this side. You have to be able to work through these tough parts of matches, and that's what they're trying to do here now. Lots of men in the tackles, slowing that down, making sure they don't get short for numbers when Kelly springs to life.
The tackle by Matt Whitley on Albert Kelly. He plays the ball quickly, though, to Houghton. Down that right-hand side they come again. Here is Connor. A no-look pass from Connor finds Ferrimo. He cuts inside. He nearly fooled Tom Gilmore. Reached the last tackle. So what have they got this time? They're coming left. Hull FC. Now Sneed takes the responsibility on himself. He jinxed past a couple of defenders. And in the end, Ted Chapelhow gets to him.
Well, that's something new for Mark Sneed in 2018. He's decided he's going to take the line on more. On that occasion, it was on the last tackle. Whether it was the right decision or not, I think him and his coach will know. But it's a feature of Mark Sneed. I'm enjoying him, watching him taking on defenders. And they're just hesitating and standing off on the touch now.
This is Rhys Hanbury.
Surrender! Stand, go to.
Runciman was the dummy half. He goes down the left-hand side.
Move, Albert!
Finding it difficult just now to get through Hull. This is Whitley. Good ball though, he gets it away as he fell. Jeremiah. Chapel Howe.
4. Move, Scott.
A couple of runs there from Charlie Runciman and Matt Whitley over on the left.
That's what they want more of. Mellor gives it to Ambry. Here is Sam Wilde. Sam Wilde gets them to within 9 metres of the whole line. This has been a much better set of 6 for Widnes. Mellor, he almost knocked the ball on, but he nudged the ball forward with his feet, or his foot, and then Jack Downs came up with a mistake.
Well, Widnes get the ball back here. And when Sam Wilde goes on the right-hand side, he had the ball tucked under his wing, and he had, I'm sure Ryan Ince had a free run in front of him. If that ball would have been just tipped on, Talanoa is a 2-on-1, Tom Gilmore or Joe Mellor at the line. And there's the knock-on for Hull FC.
What about the pick-up from Joe Mellor? The ball was down near his ankles. He managed to catch it, kick it, and force a mistake from Hull FC. Good positive signs here for Widnes Vikings.
Jack Downs, sorry, Barry, carry on.
This is the question about whether Widnes have the class to score, Eddie. They're in the right position here. Do they have anybody with enough class to find a way to score? We saw Jake Connor set up a brilliant first try for Hull. Do Widnes have that similar player?
Barry doing a very good impression of Phil Clark then. This is Rhys Ambry. His legs came up then in the challenge. Runciman will fire the pass to Gilmore. It's Alderson. He certainly won't take a backward step. Tom Alderson making his 20th consecutive appearance and getting the penalty from the whistle of Chris Kendall.
Well, there's a lot of willing workers in the black and white jumper. They need a bit of class as well here. Second set of 6 that they've got. Well, was Chapel with a strong carry.
Yes, he takes it to the line. Jeremiah gets it to Gilmore. There's Mellor. That's Houston. This is Wilde. They're in, our Widnes. Sam Wilde on the back of the penalty given away on the other side of the field. Sam Wilde comes up with his first try of the year. The former Warrington man signed a 2-year deal last September.
Eddie, you felt that they needed this try. Every time that Tom Alderson carries the ball, watched him all year, he does create havoc in any defensive line because of the urgency that he has. A couple of Hull FC players wedged in. You can see that Griffin comes in, tries to close the player down. Talanoa has to follow him. The space out wide. And there's a good couple of hands here from Chris Houston and Joe Mellor that creates that space for Sam Wilde. And that was a much needed try for Widnes.
Well, the ability of Chris Houston to catch and pass under pressure sets free Sam Wilde, who again is a second rower playing in the centre, being asked to play in an unfamiliar role, unfamiliar position, but some quality stuff, good field position for Widnes, and they've been able to capitalise and get on the scoreboard for the first time tonight.
I'll be relieved about that. So will the coach Dennis Betts. Sam Wilde's only 22, and this is his 6th start. The last 3 have been coming in the second row as well. Now, can Gilmore add the extras? They could do with it, and Gilmore obliges. The lead is hard. Widnes 6, Hull 12. The important thing for Widnes after a decent start, then conceding 2 soft tries, they're on the ball.
Well, when your team don't have the ball, the players in the middle have to make tackles and the men out wide have to make decisions. Josh Griffin didn't quite make the right decision, and Sam Wilde was in the right position there to take Widnes' first try. You won't get them all right. More often than not, you want your outside defenders to come up with the right ones, but on that occasion they didn't get there quick enough, and Widnes now got some life. They've tried very hard in the opening quarter. The team probably have a little bit more class than them, but they're still in this contest.
This is Alderson. The first man who took the run from the kickoff was 19-year-old Owen Farnworth.
He's a quality player. We've been talking about him all afternoon, Owen Farnworth. He's not afraid.
Big awkward forward to handle. Made his debut last year against Leeds Rhinos at Leeds. Big thing, Eddie.
Yes, former Chorley Panther. And involved in the action straight away in his first appearance in 2018. The former England Academy and Youth International he is. Farimo picked out Matt Whitley then with that challenge. Could have been penalised, Farimo, for getting out of the way quick enough. Gilmore with the kick down the line.
20.
Hit the corner flag. Well, that's bad luck, isn't it? I didn't know it hit that corner flag. I think he would have given it as a touch player, would it? Going into touch. So close. Look, from there, you'd have to make a guess from the touch judge and the referee. I think they might have said the sideline rather than the dead ball in goal touch.
And the thing is, Stuart, when a player hits the corner post in the act of scoring a try, doesn't matter. When the ball does, it obviously does.
If a player's in possession, then it doesn't. The touch doesn't count. But when the ball's rolling as it was then, it's a great indication. And that's the reason it's there, so they can actually see which side of the line it goes, because it's a very difficult decision.
Houghton just over halfway for Hull after that 20-metre restart then. Here is Sneed, good running all the way by Jack Downs, but the ball is pinched from him.
I think Joe Miller's involvement in that tackle, whether it was a strip or whether he just lost the ball.
Luluai came up with it. That's the most important thing from Widnes' point of view. Here now is Ryan Ince again.
It looked like an old-fashioned Cumberland throw, that from Joe Mellor. He ended up with the ball, Widnes.
Gilmore going down that left-hand side with Whitley again. Whitley doing well, getting the pass away. You won't die wondering tonight, Widnes, I don't think. Jay Chapelhow is on the field now, number 25, so the twins are out there.
He's a big addition to this side, Jay Chapelhow.
That's Gilmore. Alberson again. Willing runner. Jeremiah. There's Jay Chapelhow once more. And it's with Mellor in centre field, taking them on. Gets the pass away to Luluai. Just checking that one, Chapelhow hasn't replaced the other, but we'll check on that. This is Houston. It was the fifth tackle, that's the turnover. Dennis Betts having a bark at Francis Cummings, his assistant here.
Well, lives every player, doesn't he? Dennis Betts, like all coaches. Chris Houston again, the tactics for Widnes, just slow the player the ball down. Anytime you get down in Hull's 20-metre area, you make sure you make the rucks as messy as you can. You slow the players down. You know that the likes of Farimo and Talanoa are going to be taking the early carries. Then they're very good. You've got to make sure that you rev up. And the likes of this man, Chris Green again, gets rid of Aaron Jeremiah, but can't get rid of Tom Alberson.
Let's just confirm the Chapelhows have swapped places. Jay on the field now. Ted, who started, now off the field and waiting for another chance. 6-12, Widnes trail.
That's a
and
great
they
run
conceded a penalty.
A great run by him. I mean, he's run through 3 or 4 defenders. They couldn't tackle him in the end. They've conceded a penalty. There's very few half-backs standoffs who can do that. But bounces 2-2, rolls forward, doesn't he? There's 3 of them around him, and even at the end, they almost lose that little wrestling match on the field, and a penalty's awarded.
Phil, he's gone over Jay Chapelhow, who's just onto the pitch. He's 6'6". No, I said it. Whenever he gets the ball, his first thought is, I'm going to run, I'm going to take this line on. And Dennis Betts will be hoping that the new man who's come onto the field in Jay Chapelhow won't be leaving. But every time he gets the ball, it's red alert in defence.
Here is Kelly again. He gives it to Masi Matongo, enjoying his breakthrough year in 2018. 6th appearance of the season so far. Houghton. Sneed looks for the runners. Oh, brilliantly picked up by Talanoa. Another difficult man to stop, this time on the left wing. Burita Farimo is bad enough over the other side. They have this second threat to cope with now from Super League's top try scorer. They did on that occasion. Here is Taylor up the middle. Taylor brought down. Farmouth round the ankles. Whoops, and he loses the ball. The referee says penalty, hands in at the ruck.
I think it's Jay Chapelhow, the man who's been penalised by the referee, Chris Kendall. And a couple of strong runs. This was the one from Scott Taylor. You can see he's just trying to get round in front of the player the ball.
It looked a little harsh, but Hull won't be complaining. Here's Chris Green now, under the sticks. Houghton, Sneed again, Kelly, short ball, Washbrook gets the pass away, somehow knocked on by Jake Connor, and Widnes breathe a sigh of relief.
Well, just clutching, they've been broke a few times, haven't they, Widnes? And unfortunately for Lee Radford, they can't come up with the play. And you can see Matt Whitley, he's come out the line, he's thinking that the ball's going out the back to Jamie Shaw. It wasn't, and Hull FC dropped the ball. Danny Washbrook, the skillful player that he is, tries to give the ball to Jake Connor.
He's got his hands full over on that side, Matt Whitley, and he's got to look after Albert Kelly. He's got to look after Jake Connor. He's an incredible player, Matt Whitley, renowned for his toughness, resilience, and he's running the ball. He runs far above his weight, and then as a defender, makes good decisions at crucial times.
And when he's dealt with those two, if he can deal with them, Kelly and company, he's got to then look after Beretta Farimo, who's out on the wing as well.
And that's it, you can't just focus on one individual or two individuals, because someone else will get you. I say this Hull FC side is littered with stars. And the likes of Matt Whitley and his teammates won't give it up. And you know, back in this game now, just 6 points behind.
They're a very good side though, Hull.
He's dropped that ball.
He has, Henry has lost it. It's a knock-on inside his own half from the Widnes full-back.
Those are the things for Widnes. There's been a couple of times late on in the tackle count where they've given a penalty away, and that's when calls go with you or against you. I would say Reece Ambry has to secure that ball, knowing his team has been under pressure, been defended near their own line. It's got to be better.
The Widnes fans, I think, believe that was a ball steal, two-man in the tackle, but I think Barry's right, it was a loose carry.
Well, not that I like to disagree with Barry, but there is a clear pulling action on the ball.
I disagree with
and
you.
There's two
making that point.
There's two in the tackle.
So maybe that should have been a penalty the other way, not a head and feed to Hull FC. And Griffin has gone through the line. Griffin has got Talanoa with him. They've blown a chance there. And away comes Ryan Ince for Widnes.
Well, Ryan Ince trying to get them on the counter. Missing far too many tackles. They missed 16 games so far. 16 tackles so far in this game. And for Widnes now, again, they've got to get through the next couple of sets, get some energy back into those legs and lungs.
And for Hull FC, sorry Eddie, for Hull FC, that's the second offload. It was Danny Washbrook on the previous set, and it was Josh Griffin on that offload. You don't want, as a coach, your team getting a bit sloppy because they're finding proceedings a little bit easy.
That's exactly the point I was about to make. I think that Lee Radford will be a little upset with the fact that Hull are forcing the issue on every play, and they've blown two glorious opportunities there.
Teams talk about discipline with the ball, not just about giving penalties away, making sure you stick to the plan and structure that you set out with.
High kick to the right-hand side, looking for Ryan Ince. The ball palmed down to Houston. Houston gets rid of it out the back. It's all over the shop. It's all over the shop still. Widnes come up with it though. Still the last this. Gilmore feeds it wide to Jeremiah. Further wide it goes to Whitley. This is Runciman. That's great. Hull defence. Connor leading the way. Kelly in there as well. And the big fellow Farimo coming in for good measure. Jake Connor's hurt himself though.
It's great rugby league, isn't it? There's some excitement here. Both sets of fans had something to get excited about there for a moment or two. And Hull worked incredibly hard here to prevent Charlie Runciman from finishing off what would have been an instinctive but spectacular try.
But it's a spirited side. Albison gets the ball away. Johnson is tackled immediately by Danny Washbrook. There's Albison again. Was Gilmore. He stepped inside Mickey Payer, got the ball away to Johnson. They go wide here to Runciman. Runciman down the line. It ricochets off legs. Picked up then by Mellor. Is it 6 to go? No, referee keeps the hand in the air. Still the last one. So last one here for Widnes still. This is Chapelhow. Chapelhow dumps the ball then to Wild. That ricochets again. Can he touch it? Can he touch it? Chapelhow, no he can't. The referee said he did anyway. It's a penalty.
Well, I think he's been penalised for being offside, Chapelhow. It was quite frantic from Widnes, and you know the Widnes fans getting excited when the ball's been offloaded in collision. You don't want that man getting hold of the ball on the last play, but he's looking for someone to pass the ball to. Gives it to Sam Wild. He stood in an offside position when that ball's kicked from Sam Wild. And the correct call from Chris Kendall, who's right on the spot.
He tried desperately to keep his hands off the ball, didn't he?
He did, and there wasn't much in it because the player who played it last actually almost got in front of him when he played it.
You know, Widnes have done really well here with 37 minutes gone. But there's a massive 2.5 minutes to come, because at 6:12 they'd really go in feeling positive about their performance. But if the whole side can strike and score before half-time, well, it completely changes the atmosphere in their dressing room.
And they've got 4 tackles to go half the length of the field here. As Chris Green bites up some more good meters with men around him.
Go first.
Lytton once again to the right-hand side to Kelly. Kelly then to Shaw. Good work by Matt Whitley. Good work also by Tom Albison.
Hold. Go for.
Farimo and Kelly. Back it comes to Mickey Paya.
5.
That's the 5th tackle, so last one on the way here for Hull.
Go 5.
What does Albert Kelly have in the locker this time? Well, it's a kick once more down that right-hand side. Dealt with by Runciman.
He's giving himself a chance, isn't he, Charlie Runciman? He knows that that ball is going to be coming his early. He stands deep so he can run onto the ball instead of the ball landing on his head and then Farimo getting over the top of him. Good positioning from the winger.
Well, the youngsters have stood up well. They had a good start, then they conceded 2 easy tries to Hull. It looked like it might be a blowout scoreline, but they have dug deep, these Widnes youngsters, with a little bit of experience here and there as well. Johnson, what a good run that was. Important tackle by Bayer. Last one here for Widnes. Hambury runs it, spins it wide to Mellor. Mellor then dabs it over the top. He saw there was some space there. This ball could bounce anywhere. As it turns out, it bounces okay for sure. Referee, though, gives Widnes the penalty. I wonder, and it's a man been taken out of the ball, as you see from the referee. I wonder, with only a minute left, whether Widnes will go for 2.
Well, obstruction here. Will they go for 2 or will they keep the pressure on? You can see that Joe Mellor's taken out by Mark Sneed, and then they are going for 2 points, Eddie. But again, playing on the front foot, playing what's in front of them, absolutely throwing caution to the wind.
Mark Sneed it was.
It's not a lack of effort from Widnes. It's perhaps their execution that's let them down on an occasion or two, and the discipline with and without the ball. Mark Sneed knows what he's doing. He knows if he lets that ball bounce and Widnes players are anywhere near it, they've half a chance.
Do you know, you see a lot more penalties now, both in the NRL and in Super League, with players who are running, trying to protect their catcher. I mean, we've had years, possibly a decade, where coaches have trained the players to run the opposition off the ball. But now the referees have caught onto it, and it's no longer possible.
And Gilmore strokes the penalty over the top of the crossbar, and that is a spirited response from Widnes. It looked for all money that Hull were going to walk away with this game when they went 12 up after 13 minutes, but they dug deep, did the Vikings. And Wild's try on 20 minutes gave them encouragement, and well, they went toe-to-toe. He goes up in the air, and Runciman again is underneath it.
Then he's dealt with that, hasn't he? In that first half, Albert Kelly, the man who just pulls all the strings for Hull FC along with Mark Sneed, he made 22 tackles, so Widnes are trying to take some energy out of Albert Kelly. They know how elusive he is, they know how strong he is when he carries the ball. Maybe at the back end it might get him, but he's definitely a danger man to take that energy away from.
Tom Alderson gets to his feet and will play the ball here to Johnson. He finds Gilmore. That was Luluwai, and this now is Chris Houston. Right, let's get the halftime news. I wonder what was said in those dressing rooms. Is Dennis Betts the happier of the 2 coaches, Bill?
I think he probably is, Eddie. A quick word with Dennis as he came out and acknowledged that given the adversity that once again they're up against this week, it's been a battling performance from his side. He's satisfied with it. He acknowledges that it's not been a particularly pretty spectacle. He doesn't think it's going to get any prettier.
Here is Gilmore at 2 in front of him. Goes down. Johnson finds Burke, little slip pass. Luluwai went to go right, came left. Gilmore stabs the ball to the in-goal area. Connor is there. Goal line dropout. Widnes get another set.
Again, Eddie, it's those unstructured plays from the Vikings. The offloading collision, the little kick on the 4th plate from Tom Gilmore. He got enough weight on that, and he chases hard. And Jake Connor just makes a play for that, kicks it out the field because of the pressure that he's under.
So goal line dropout. Sneed gets the ball to halfway. Gilmore is opposite numbers underneath it. Back it comes with Greg Burke. Chris Green, Mickey Paya dealing with the threat. Jordan Johnson now. Good run. Mellor. Houston. Tonga was there because it looked for a moment as though Houston had run over Jez Lytton. Here's Chapel Howe. Good run from Jay Chapelhow. They're 10 metres away now, Widnes. Johnson, Mellor and Houston comes back down the middle once again. Chris Houston gets so close. And Hull, not standing square, are penalised for offside underneath their own sticks.
It's Chris Green, Eddie.
Oh, how not another injury, surely, for Widnes.
Well, Dennis Betts will be scratching his head, and fingers crossed that he's hoping that man isn't injured. Big player for the Vikings, Chris Houston, gets so close to the line.
It's an awkward fall, isn't it, from Chris Houston, who's got hold of that leg.
The medical room here at Widnes at the moment must be like Holby City or Casualty, mustn't it? It really must.
It just doesn't get any better, does it? I think you look at maybe next week, there's rumours that Lloyd White could be back. He's only played one game this year for Dennis Betts.
Hang on, Jordan.
So I'll be hoping that he's available to come back into the side, but he seems to be losing players all the time.
Well, they carry on with Burke driving it in after that penalty. First tackle, right underneath the sticks. Jeremiah waving the players forward. Gives it then to Gilmore. He finds Mellor. Mellor thought about the pass. Took the tackle instead.
Go to.
Here's Jeremiah. Back he comes to Johnson. Burke again. Little flick pass. Johnson was alert. Good job that Washbrook was likewise. Here's Gilmore. Flat pass. And Chapelhow held underneath the posts.
Go for.
Jeremiah once more. Fires the pass to Gilmore. Back it comes again with Johnson. Last tackle coming up for Widnes here. Jeremiah and Gilmore. Good ball from Mellor to Hanbury. Tried to get the ball away. Lost possession. Josh Griffin on the way. Josh Griffin on the way for Hull. From one end of the field to the other, maybe. He has support there from Jamie Shaw, who's quick. He's quicker than Jeremiah. Magnificent length of the field try from Hull FC. Jamie Shaw, the try scorer. Josh Griffin, the engineer. But the referee hasn't given it yet.
James, it's zero tackle. I've got a try.
But a try in the field. Is it all about how that ball came out at the other end? It looks like it is. No doubt about the grounding, no doubt about the support he received. It's just up the other end of the field, Stuart.
Yeah, well, the ball certainly came out of the tackle there. Does it come off a Hull hand last? It looks like Mark Sneyd got a hand to that. Just need to check the position of the players. You can see the Hull FC goal line. And as the ball comes out, however it comes out, the last touch looks like it's off Mark Sneyd there, and that ball goes forward. That's a knock-on. And this decision will be overturned.
Well, that's a big let-off for Widnes, if indeed it is a let-off. Ruthless in transition, Hull FC. 100 metres. It certainly looks like it comes off Mark Sneyd.
Well, James Charles having a long look at this, Stuart.
He'll be looking to see whether the ball's stolen. I think the ball's just lost. And after it's lost, the last touch comes off Mark Sneyd.
And you're sure it goes forward?
It looks from that angle that it's gone forward. Now, it might be that Hanbury's lost the ball onto the Hull player's leg, but it definitely comes off Mark Sneyd last.
He was having a couple of looks at this because he sent it up as a try. And because it's the last play, Reece Hanbury's trying to get rid of that ball, offload the ball. That's what he's trying to do.
It definitely touches Sneyd's hand last, you're right.
I think that ball has been lost against the Hull player, so there's a knock-on there, but then there's a knock-on by Sneyd.
So it's knock-on both ways, but you think the first one's by Widnes now?
That's right. So it should be a handover to Hull back on the 10, but certainly no try.
Stuart, do you not think he's offloading that ball, Reece Hanbury?
Well,
Goes into contact, he looks like he's trying to scoop it backwards.
He might be trying to do that, but I think it's gone forward onto the leg of the Hull player.
Last tackle turnover.
Well, they're not looking at the grounding, so that is ominous for the Hull side and the supporters. And it is turned down. Knock on, 100 metres back the other way. Jamie Shaw denied. It was a breathtaking run from Griffin. It was great support from Jamie Shaw, but it came as a result of a knock-on there.
Well, it's ruled that Reece Hanbury did lose the ball, but then, as Stuart says, then it came off Mark Sneyd, and it's the turnover here. Or just 10 metres from the line. Had to let off that for the Vikings.
Big let off.
Got caught on the last play. You think that if they score that try, it's going to be difficult for the Vikings, but at the minute they're in this game, aren't
If
they?
you went back to that play though, Widnes passed the ball back inside to Hanbury. It seemed from the commentary box that they had chance out wide, didn't they? And I know probably they just thought Hanbury was our main strike weapon. We'd find the ball back on the inside, but there was an opportunity, I'm sure, for points out wide.
Well, much talked about tonight about Widnes' injury problems. We've got whole injury news here from Bill.
Eddie, you mentioned at the start of the second half, still no sign of Carlos Tuimavave putting in an appearance for Hull FC. As we said right at the start, he was named in the starting lineup as a forward pass brings that Hull attack to an end. And Tuimavave is still on the sidelines. He had this pain-killing injection before the game and still is having a problem. And there's still no sign of him coming on. And just a great reaction from Josh Griffin when that video ref decision went up, no try, and he was down on his haunches in the middle of the field. He looked up and he thought, you know what, I've just run the length of the field and that's all I get for it.
Yeah, I can understand how he must be feeling, Josh Griffin.
Make your head in.
It was a great effort.
Head in. Ball in.
However, try scrubbed off. 4 points in it still, 8.5 minutes into the second half.
You know, Matt Whitley. And Matt Whitley, Eddie, he chased back so hard. He pushed Jamie Shaw out to that corner. I guess you could say it was irrelevant, but not when you demonstrate that, it's a dangerous tackle. I think somebody's going to see a yellow card here.
I think this could be 10 minutes, this, Eddie, for somebody.
Was it Matonga? Was it Paya?
No, I think they're okay with it.
Well, it's the person who's done the lifting that'll be in most trouble. And it looked well.
It could be two of them, actually.
Take your Paya and Green. But it's the lift that causes the problem.
Well, I think they're fortunate though, Stu. We've seen him simming this year, haven't we, for tackles like that?
Well, we may well still see that. He's landed on his shoulder, so he's been put into the dangerous position. And we'll leave it to the match review panel to look after that.
Well, I wonder what the Catalan Dragons will be thinking about right now, because wasn't Mikel Simon sin-binned during the game against Wigan at the weekend for a similar thing to that?
Didn't Hull have a player done last week at St Helens as well for something similar?
Chris Clarkson at Hull KR as well, against Widnes.
Surrender.
So there you go.
Stand. Wait.
Viewed a different way tonight. Jeremiah, Johnson, Burke trying to get away from the tacklers. In the end, down he goes. Jack Downs wouldn't be pushed off. Here's Jeremiah. Charging run from Luluai, and great defence on their own line by Payer and Sneed. Jeremiah again. Back it comes to Joe Mellor. Puff of the cheeks from Mellor. Finds Gilmore. Gilmore comes wide to Runciman. Quick hands from him. Matt Whitley will bring it back where all the heavy traffic is. Pulled down by Farimo. A lovely little run coming in, and maybe a chance here for Alderson. Tom Alderson might have levelled the scores. He has. Tom Alderson with the try, and Widnes are level. They fought back from 12 down, and the game looked to be running away from them big style. But Alderson gets over for the leveller. The kick to come, they might somehow have the lead in a moment.
Well, Tom Alderson hasn't even been one of the standouts. They get the penalty here. You can see Green and Payer just upending Chapel, who again has been very difficult for Hull FC to handle. His hit and spin, his leg drive. I think most players were looking at Alderson. When he goes in at dummy half, they were expecting him to pass the ball. He's not the biggest of forwards, but he's very powerful. Decent leg drive, decent effort here. Look at him get straight out at Kelly and gets between him and Washbrook.
There's a sneaky look at the retreating Beretta Farimo, albeit he's 2 or 3 defenders out. At that point, when he sees Farimo out of position, Alderson thinks, I'll have a crack. He does enough to get over the line. There's some question marks about the grounding.
There is, Stuart. I don't wish to be churlish, but it looked like he lost that.
Well, I think he's lost possession and didn't actually have the ball as the ball went to ground and then put his hand on it. So he loses. It's not in his hand at all, so he's lost possession of that ball.
That's Washbrook's hand that's all over it.
It is.
Hull might have been done a disservice there, and they think they will have now, because Gilmore's added the extras and Widnes incredibly lead by 2. But should that try have been allowed?
Move. 10 metres. Wait.
There'll be a joy in the tussle.
Go to.
They will. It's a good contest. This is Griffin. Josh Griffin with a great run. And somehow Widnes keep him out. That was solid and strong from Griffin. Here's Sneed. This now is Bowden. Bowden brought down 12 metres away. 4 gone. Houghton gives it to Matongo. Massi Matongo with a try. And Massi Matongo restores the Hull advantage. Where was the defence then? Massi Matongo, 21 years of age, breakthrough year this, 6th appearance of the campaign, first ever start against Leeds in March, off the bench tonight and doing a job for Lee Radford, and that could easily be Massi Matongo's first try at this level. It is for Hull.
Well, take a bow, Danny Houghton. I stopped because I thought it was forward. All the defenders from Widnes turned and looked, and the trickery from Danny Houghton, it's nearly always the simple option is the correct one, and doesn't the front rower enjoy that?
That's the easiest try that he will ever score. Nice dive as well from the youngster, but Widnes were more concerned with what was going out over on the left-hand side regarding what was in front of them. You look in front of you, you've got that big man who's coming straight at you.
And from bang in front of the stick, Sneed will add the extras, which he does. Widnes 14, Hull 18. Quick response. Massi Matongo over, and Hull now have a 4-point advantage again. Shaw's underneath the kickoff. Nicky Pay will drive it back for them.
Well, still in the battle. I'm sure that's going to be the message from the coach, Dennis Betts. 25 minutes to go. Big periods now, as you said. Danny Houghton back onto the string, shoring up the middle of the field. And you can see his little work when he gets out from dummy half. He engages the markers. Look at him, he's getting busy.
He's so important to Hull, isn't he?
Well, it's not just a defensive play which people talk about. I think he's very intelligent as well when he's got the ball.
He is indeed. He just played the ball there to Sneed, who gives it to Kelly. Here is Washbrook. Washbrook gets Hull over the halfway line again. Battling run with 4 around him. Houghton into centre field to Payer. Payer then finds Sneed again. Sneed looks for the runners. It's Shaw. Wide to go to Griffin. Josh Griffin has broken through. Griffin's got support, won't need them. Griffin over in the corner. Big 2 minutes for Hull FC here. Massive 2 minutes for Hull. They stretch the lead to 22 points to 14. Well, anyway, that lung-bursting run from one end of the field to the other, and the try was chalked off. Here he wasn't going to be denied. Over himself in the corner, and Hull have picked themselves up off the floor.
Well, Eddie, you've got to handle the shifts from this Hull FC side. Big, powerful side. All of a sudden, you start backing off against someone like Sir Josh Griffin, like Joe Melody. He'll beat you. He's far too strong. And you can see when he gets this ball, Josh Griffin, in his hand, Joe Mellor's going back, looking for some of his teammates inside. No one's really jammed in and tried to close that play down. And the big, powerful centre goes in for really an easy try. Look at this, easy shift, back off, and that opens the gate, Eddie. And it's too difficult to stop a big man like that for Reece Ambury.
Massi Matongo in the 55th minute. Josh Griffin in the 56th minute. From 14-12 down, they now lead by 22 points to 14, with this kick to come from Mark Sneed. Well, he's not missed yet. This, without a shadow of a doubt, is his most difficult kick of the night. Through 800 points for Hull now. Just misses. Widnes 14, Hull 22. Well, we've seen Christine go off for Widnes. We've seen Chris Houston go off for Widnes. Let's now find out about Houston's condition. Bill.
Chris Houston sitting at the back of the dugout there. His right knee is heavily iced, and this is how he sustained that knee injury at the moment. So Widnes not divulging exactly the seriousness of it, but he will not be coming back. He is another name to add to their injury list. Stands at 11 according to the Widnes medical team. 3-person Widnes medical team who have got their work cut out at the moment.
I think they better put an advert in the local paper for some help. They really do need help in that medical department, and well, Houston, his face tells its own story. That might be a lengthy injury layoff.
A tough time for Widnes, and they're certainly going through it over the Easter period. You said it already, it's a question of your depth, your squad depth. Some of these young players have shown up really well.
And here come Hull again with Albert Kelly. Albert Kelly has got support with him. He couldn't get the ball away to Farimo. Had he done, it's certainly been over the line again, but Widnes' defence is like scattered aces. This is Farimo again. Farimo releases the pass to Houghton. They've got 3 on the overlap wide. Sneed goes that way. Oh, he finds Talanoa, and I think Talanoa gets it down on the bounce. Well, they're going to hand this upstairs just to check 100%. They're going to look for offside, onside. They have a try on the field, and I think Talanoa has just driven the nail into the Widnes coffin.
Well, just the last bit, you're certainly onside from the kick. They'll just check that first. Yes, all chases are onside. He had a lot of work to do to get the ball down from the bounce. It bounced quite high. Did he get it down inside the touch and goal line? He's got to be clear of the touch and goal line all the way through. I think, has he dropped that ball? Just a hint of the ball looking like it was coming away from the hands, but certainly not in touch on the way down, or touching goal. Video referee's happy with the grounding.
So this is going to be given, and Hull have pressed the pedal to the metal. 4 minutes that they have turned this game inside out from their point of view. They've turned round a 14-12 disadvantage to a 14-26 advantage, and Sneed has got the kick to come.
Lee Radford looked quite stern-faced there, but inside he'll be very happy with his team's response. We've seen 3 or 4 occasions when they've split Widnes wide open. As we enter into the last quarter, could be a difficult night for Widnes at the back end.
Mark Sneed misses again. He pushes it wide of the upright on the left-hand side as he looks at it.
Well, 2 converted tries
Right-hand
now.
side as he looks.
2 converted tries now. Widnes are behind. Again, there's some powerful charges from Hull FC. And the quick thinking of Mark Sneed with a nice little kick, isn't it? Out wide to Talanoa. And it's difficult when you play against Hull FC and they're like this. The vision from Mark Sneed, the perfect kick and a nice bounce as well.
Before Mark Sneed gets hold of that ball, the player that's come onto the pitch for Hull FC, Danny Houghton, gives him a crisp, clean pass, gives him some think time. Danny Houghton, he came on, and it's not a coincidence to me that as soon as Danny Houghton came on, Hull FC looked more assured, more confident, and the strike, pace and power has told on the scoreboard.
Well, they've only managed 1 away win so far this season, the Black and Whites of Hull, and that was across the city at Hull Kingston Rovers on Good Friday. Just 1 from 6 away from home, a record that must improve if Radford is to get the club to Old Trafford for the first time since 2006. Looks like they're going to improve that record here tonight. And of course, it'll be the first win outside the city boundaries for Hull.
Well, you raise a very interesting point there. I think I have high expectations for Hull that they've underperformed so far this season. And you could ask the question, had they underperformed in this match for 55 minutes? I always felt that they could turn things up, speed up the game, and they had too much quality. We saw it there for that blast. But if they do want to be a side that wins this tournament at the end of it, when we get to mid-October, then they need to be able to play for longer periods. Here's the coach here, isn't he? He's relatively happy. He needs his side to be able to play at that paced intensity for longer periods than we've just seen here tonight.
He also, Phil, needs his team to peak at the right time. They've proved in the Cup over the last couple of years that they can play on the big stage, but at crucial parts of the season, without a shadow of a doubt, Easter is a testing period. for the reasons we've talked about, depth and squad depth and the confidence in the players that are 22, 23, 24 in your squad numbers. Hull FC and Lee Radford and the players are on this journey. They've stood up to the test so far. It's not over. They won't be happy. It's not perfect, but it's a journey that's about improvement.
And again, let's not forget the players that Hull are missing as well. Twimavavi named in the side, so they're playing with 16 men tonight. Hadley, Minicello, Abdul, Fash and Manu all out injured. And Brad Fash, of course, with that badly broken jaw that he picked up last week. So, you know, when Hull have their first choice 17 out there on the paddock, I think that they will be as good as anything in the Super League this year. Oh, that way that ball bounces.
The reaction, Eddie, from defence to attack, the transition has been brilliant, hasn't it, in this game? Look how quick they just turn in and set their minds to just, let's get out there, boys. Let's push it with the man who's got the ball. Danny Alton with a little nod there to Albert Kelly that it's coming his side.
And they've got some power out wide, haven't they, with Farimo on this side, Talanoa on the other, Twimavavi when he's fit down the centres. They've got Jake Connor. Here he goes again for Remo.
They've got juggernauts all over the field, haven't they? Just the ones outside are just quicker than the ones in the middle.
Houghton, Kelly. This is a key man as well. Albert Kelly, he's nearly through. They just managed to hold on to him. Reece Hambry did a good job then. And Albert Kelly saying he was hit from behind by Chapel Howe. High kick here again. The ball is loose, the ball has gone loose. The referee will give a witness a penalty for a challenge in the air.
Yeah, Ryan Ince, when he's going up for that ball, it's a perfect kick. It lands right on top of Ryan Ince's head.
You don't think Talanoa's going for the ball?
It's there when he makes contact, though. If he doesn't make contact, though, with Ryan Ince's hands, you've seen him penalised before in the past, though.
I think there's a push in the back before that. I think Talanoa, I think he just shoves him in the back as he's going up, and that's enough for the penalty.
Move, Danny, come on, 10 metres. Wait. Go, one, well done.
So Widnes, again with it all to do.
Move, Danny! Hold.
I think they'll try and open it up again, Eddie. Look, you see how animated Aaron Jeremiah's getting as they look to shift it here. The offloading game, that was where they got a lot of joy in the first half and the opening part of the second half.
Connor all over the top of Whitley. Gilmore to Johnson. Chapel Howe taking it forward. The game, there's no doubt about that, Widnes. They are the game. Some of these youngsters, some of the old heads like Jeremiah, who won't be enjoying this against his former club. 70 appearances for the team from West Hull before he joined Widnes. And Widnes now have lost the ball on the whole 40-metre line. Sneed dropping onto it gratefully. Here comes Scott Taylor.
Well, Mark Sneed stripping the ball from Jordan Johnston. He thought there was numbers in the tackle and he was looking at the ref for a penalty.
Go to
Houghton. Since he's come back on the field, they've been transformed.
play on still two.
He's got like a calm and influence, Eddie. That's what he brings to the side. Like this man, Mark Sneed.
Good ball wide to Farimo. Farimo going for the shortest route between two players. Runciman hanging on to him. Sneed again, Kelly.
Surrender.
Bowden goes down 40 metres away. Plays the ball to Houghton. Another good run from the hooker.
5. Move.
They've reached tackle number 5. Sneed, drop goal attempt. And he gets it. That stretches the advantage to 13 points. That's the insurance.
Well, he knows how important that 1 point is. They were just 2 converted tries behind, so they needed to score, but now they need to score 3 times. And that just puts the pressure and maybe the doubt in the Vikings. You can see here when Jordan Johnson has the ball stripped, he thought that there was 2 men in the tackle, and that's why he turned around to the referee, Chris Kendall, and had a go.
Well, wonderful drop goal again from Mark Sneed. Remember his 50-metre drop goal. And that didn't go the 10 metres, did it, from the kick-off, so it's another mistake. But the 50-metre drop goal from Sneed, winning the game against Wakefield Easter Monday. And that's out. It's actually out on the full. look, there is somebody else watching this match with you tonight, a former great of the game. He's going to come up with 4 names shortly for you to judge your man of the match from. You can vote for the Betfred man of the match this season on the Our League app on your mobile devices, and the voting will be open shortly. I'll give you the names of the 4 men. There could be some Widnes candidates there. There certainly will be some from Hull, there's no doubt about that.
My word, Widnes will be in with a shout. Matt Whitley hasn't given up. You could say, and you've already mentioned it, the effort has been there by Widnes. They've lacked a little bit of smarts, a little bit of class. It's been the class of Danny Houghton and the players in the cerise shirts of Hull FC that have just been that bit smarter.
Well done, but I agree with you, they are cerise.
Who told you they were cerise?
Oh, a very intelligent man on my way up here. He said, don't be saying they're in pink. Short ball, Griffin! Griffin's over again. Hull are going home with the victory and the 2 points. Griffin's got his second try. It'll be confirmed by the on-field call from the referee, I was about to say. He thinks he's knocked on. Does he, Stuart?
Yeah, touches on the far side. Liam Moore has called a knock on as he caught the ball. Must have went into ball must have gone into a Widnes player. So we'll see that as it comes across. Does he catch the ball cleanly? Well, that's the call there, that he hasn't caught it properly, and it's hit the Widnes player. Now we've got to see proof that it's caught cleanly. Will this tell us? Yeah, he's knocked it on.
There was one of those
hits his arm. Yeah.
In the Roosters versus South this morning on Sky Sports. There was a very similar incident to this. Before the player catches the ball, it makes contact with the Widnes player, and then that's what the referee and touch judge say.
Yeah, it's Griffin's left arm into Mellor, and then he gets possession back.
The fastest of knock-ons you can see. Hence the reason why this will spin, and will it finish in a red?
Well, it will, because they're not looking at the
No try. It's a knock-on. Scrum on the
touchdown. So there you go. Griffin is denied.
Scrum. Fair tackle. Scrum.
Did Martin do a decent job of fixing those 2 Widnes defenders in Aaron Jeremiah and Reece Hambury? Unfortunately, Josh Griffin can't take this ball in cleanly. You see there, it just comes off his wrist and goes forward.
Good call. Good call.
That's where the human eye is even better than the video eye there, isn't it? The touch judge made a great call there. Live at full speed. And it's just about kept Widnes alive in this game. They will need a miracle, but they do happen every now and again.
And that call from the sideline was on his blind side, wasn't it, really? Because it was on the inside. The touch judge spotted it from the touchline on the other side of the place there. So he did well, Liam Moore.
I think he's been good, Eddie, for Widnes.
Yeah, there's some good candidates for Widnes, but I think the man of the match vote will be dominated by Hull FC.
Yeah. Kelly, Sneed, in particular, those 2 players I think have been very good.
Danny Houghton has turned the game, actually, hasn't he?
Farimo has been immense when he's been carrying the ball. He's been so difficult to handle as he gives a penalty away.
What's the betting? None of those names are in the 4 that we get.
That's why we don't do it. We've got enough to concentrate on.
That's 1.
The big word is legends watching the game.
2. Move, Scott! That
Says he's a legend.
Go.
In his own lunchtime, you're right. Mellor, Hanbury, Jeremiah.
And he's had a lot of lunch times, by the way.
Well,
Every time we see Alberson, he does a good job.
He hit that with everything he had then, Tom Alberson.
Jeremiah drops it off. The other Chapel Howe is back on. Ted.
Move, get square! Hold!
Now you've got your work cut out, Ed.
Well, hopefully he swapped with his brother.
Go 4.
Quick hands. 9 inch.
Held!
Goes down.
Release 5. Wait.
5th tackle. Last one coming up.
Go 5.
Gilmore floats it wide. Runciman dumps the ball back. Flicked off. I think he might be giving a penalty here for a challenge in the air.
Yeah, so Jake Connors tackled Charlie Runciman in the air.
And he's right.
Go line. Wait.
Still a chance for Widnes.
Jeremiah gets the ball infield to Burke.
Time off, tackle 1. You okay, Greg? Yeah, okay.
Just checking that Greg Burke's okay from the tackle from Danny Houghton, who came in.
No, he's kept hold.
Still trying to go there. Chapelhout turns his back. Ted Chapelhout close to the line here. There's good width on the right hand side if Aaron Jeremiah can hit the pass.
He comes back the other way though. Gives it to Johnson. Johnson then to Gilmore. Here is Ronseman. Oh, and that's a try saver from Remo.
There's a knock on there. There could have been a penalty for offside.
Offside, yeah.
Yeah.
There's no option for Emo. He has to cut that player down, and in batting the ball down, Danny Washbrook collects it.
Well, as we see this ball swung wide here to the left-hand side, I think Lee Radfield will start to appreciate that drop goal from Mark Sneed even more.
One.
Certainly taking the pressure off.
Hold. Go on.
I think the voting is open now for the Betfred Man of the Match on the Our League app. So make your choice from these names: Josh Griffin, Joe Mellor, Danny Houghton and Tom Albison. They're the four men as Jeremiah dabs the ball to the in-goal area and Shaw takes no chances, boots the ball dead. Goal line dropout coming up. Widnes have certainly had a go in this match, and that's why there's a couple of their players who are on the list for man of the match.
Danny,
Tom Albison and Joe
discipline now,
Mellor.
yeah?
Josh Griffin and Danny Houghton are the candidates from Hull FC.
you.
So make your choice
Stay
now
behind.
from those four candidates for the Betfred man of the match.
Well, Widnes forcing the third goal line dropout. Hull FC haven't forced any in this game, even though they've been dominant for the majority of the game. But strong charges like this from Chapelhout again, Widnes into those field positions where the likes of Gilmore and Mellor can exploit the short kicking game.
Solid run again from McGrath, Luluai.
Move, Danny Houghton. Hold. Go to.
Well, they might be trailing 27 points to 14, Widnes, but they're still giving it a go. And here is Albison. And Tom Albison goes over for his second try. It may be purely consolation, who knows? But they will kick this conversion attempt very quickly and get back within 7 points. And also, who knows just how vital and valuable that Mark Sneed drop goal might be at the end of this match. Gilmore's going to take no time at all with this conversion. Once the touch judges are in place, which they are now, the referee calls time back on. Gilmore adds the extras. Widnes 20, Hull 27. Put in for a bit of a finish.
I agree, Eddie, that could just settle the nerves, but that man is all action. Every time he takes to the field, he gives himself a chance because he's so committed in everything he does. There's a bad read there from Albert Kelly. He's looking at the play inside of him when that man just keeps his line. He's waiting for the ball to come towards him. And there's movement in the Widnes attack, and he does find the space.
When you watch that play from behind the sticks, I've no doubt that Tom Albison is in the wrong hole. He's on the next player along, but Tom Gilmore's pass is accurate enough, has enough weight on it to find the player. He makes his own hole and gets Widnes a little bit closer to Hull FC.
And we've got 7.25 minutes left. And who knows what might happen. It's a spirited display. It's a good game for a Thursday night. There's
a lot of Widnes fans when I was walking up here, Eddie. They were really worried when the players that were missing for the club, and I'm sure there's some Hull FC players, fans upset as well because of the players that they had. But you have to say that this Widnes team have really given it their all.
And these offloads are causing chaos. It's Johnson now, fed by Chapelhout.
Offloads can be good offloads if everybody's on the same page. It doesn't matter how scruffy they are.
There's another.
Everybody's expecting the ball and looking for it as well.
That was Ted to Jay, Chapelhout. The twins. Jeremiah won't give it away. Time's against them. The scoreboard's against them, but Widnes haven't given it up. Gilmore couldn't get the pass away to Albison. That's the turnover. That's the turnover on the last tackle. News from Hull, Bill.
Albert Kelly off the field for Hull FC, and I think he's been carrying a knock for a few minutes in this second half, but he was very reluctant to leave the field and had to take some persuading eventually to make way for Jez Litton, but Kelly is off the field for the last few minutes for Hull FC.
That's a bit of a blow for them. Albert Kelly has been a real thorn in the Widnes side. Talanoa taking it forward.
Wait, go to.
The 1 point from Mark Sneed certainly gives them a little breathing space, but this isn't over yet. This is Griffin.
Go, 3.
5.5 to go. Litton, is it taking it forward or is it down?
I think it's Jack Downs. And the question for Hull FC is, can they shut this game down? Do they go for more points? Or does somebody like Mark Sneed take control, slow the game down and shut it out? Here's your answer.
Sneed drills the ball down the line and the ball bounces its way over the touchline on the far side. Don't forget, you can vote for your man of the match. Look, by the looks of it, Josh Griffin is walking away with it. Tom Alberson has come up in the voting just in the last few moments after his second try, but there's the man who's leading the vote by, well, a really big margin, Josh Griffin, nearly 56% of the vote so far. Still time to turn it round, though, on the R-League app, if you wish. And we'll announce the Betfred man of the match at the end of the show. He will be interviewed by Bill.
We've got too many players. Back down. Let's go.
Well, Widnes with time running out, 7 players in the scrum then.
Time back on.
Wide pass from the scrum. Looks to try and get it to the ball to some of the quicker men, Charlie Runciman.
It's hard to see Widnes have got enough players with enough pace to score from this range, haven't they? If you've watched this match for the first time, it's the first ever game of rugby you've seen. The guys in the cerise shirts, look a quicker team, and they need a miracle, don't they, to score from here. Those offloads, perhaps the best chance, that second phase possession when the defence is fractured, is the only way they're going to really penetrate from this position.
Johnson to Gilmore. There's Burke again. Now it's with Heremiah. Wide they go to Reese Hanbury. And Mark Sneed deals with the threat. Lulawai, not the best pass, and it was brilliantly picked up by Heremiah for all of that. Oh, there's an offload to Griffin. Could be a hat-trick here for Griffin. Oh, no, it's his second. The other one was chalked off, wasn't it, by the video ref? Should have been a hat-trick. Gonna be a second. Try is given.
Well,
he gets his reward.
Sorry, Eddie, you can't blame Widnes, and Lee Radford and Hull FC will be relatively pleased. They'll know they've been tested by a stubborn Widnes side, and Josh Griffin just limps back.
Turned an ankle, I think, in placing the ball down.
Yeah.
Yes, he was denied in the 67th minute. I had that as his second try, but the video referee had other ideas. Doesn't get the hat-trick, but gets the second after all, and Hull will go home with the points.
It was a terrific take. Very low pass. Aaron Heremiah dips down, tries to find that second phase, and in the dying embers of this game, they've got to do something, Widnes. And unfortunately for Widnes, but fortunately for that player, Josh Griffin collects it and scores.
You could see the look on Aaron Heremiah's face. Once he let go of that ball, he's trying and willing it to come back to him, and Josh Griffin, like you rightly said, he has been very good.
Just as he salutes his try there, did he just turn an ankle?
Well, you know what the coach will say, just put the ball down.
Put the thing down before you start messing about. I think he has turned an ankle there.
I think he's got the potential to be a dream team centre at the end of this season. Voted as the best in his position by all the rest of the league and the media, and accepted as one of the top players in this competition. He walks off early here just before the match finishes. I think the more times that Mike Sneed and Albert Kelly can give him one-on-one opportunities to run at an opponent, the more threatening and dangerous he'll become, and the more he'll start to be the name that everybody in the league talks about.
Well, Josh Griffin better get himself back onto the field shortly, because I think he's going to be named the man of the match, and Bill will want to talk to him as the extras go over, courtesy of Sneed's boot. And again, this match that always produces, or seems always to produce, 50-odd points, has done so again tonight.
It's a cruel game, isn't it? There was a spell, was it 3 tries in 4 minutes that Hull FC scored? That just showed in those 4 minutes the class that they've got. And you can see there's all smiles on the bench from Albert Kelly, Josh Griffin. They know that they've been in a contest. They come away with 2 valuable league points. Carlos Tumavavu, well, been a disappointing night for him not to get on the field, hasn't it?
It has, but when you think about it, 33-20 victory, 16 men, everything sort of altered, didn't it, for Lee Radford, the interchange and everything else?
Well, he took the view that I can't risk Carlos Tumavavu. I'm going to need him later down the piece. I was disappointed not to watch Josh Griffin start in the forwards. He's a big, powerful player, There's a bit more of a workload and a work rate required when you're playing in the forwards or in that second row. You're a player further infield, you're closer to the action. But Josh Griffin's had a wonderful game tonight.
Connor, always busy. Lovely flick pass for Remo. Remo kicks inside, looking for the runners. There are three of them there, and Jamie Shaw picks it up. And Jamie Shaw touches down again for Hull FC. They'll check the onside, offside from the kick.
Got a try.
They have a try on
Just
the
check
field.
touch and onside, please, James.
Hull coming home with a wet sail again. And Widnes, well, with the spirit that they've showed, they don't really deserve a big scoreline against them. But Hull, class act when they're in this mood.
Well, they're certainly not in touch. That was the first question. And I think Jamie Shaw has come from an onside position. Danny Houghton's very close to being in front, and he doesn't actually get involved at the end. So he kicks the ball before anything touches the touch line.
That's a great kick at pace, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we just need to check on the onside. I don't think you can see anybody in front.
What about Danny Houghton? He's the first person you see. You can't see from that angle, can you? But Danny Houghton potentially is in front of that kick.
But it doesn't matter anyway, because there isn't a Widnes player waiting for the ball, so he's not actually interfering. As long as he doesn't touch it from an offside position, then it's play on. So this will be confirmed.
Yes, it's going to be given. He gets the try as Jamie Shaw. 37-20. Sneed to add the extras to rub just a little bit of salt in the wounds. And, well, the Widnes players will be disappointed. 14-12 up they were after 50 minutes, making a real go of it. Then we had 3 tries in 4 minutes. The Sneed drop goal that settled all the nerves. Alderson with the try that almost produced a big comeback. And then Griffin and Shaw late on to seal the deal. 20 points to Widnes, 39 to Hull. And the bid for the third successive top 3 finish is underway.
Well, again, Jake Connor just doing enough to just buy a bit of time for Farimo, who, as you said, he puts a brilliant kick in, doesn't he? Look at this, skirts with the touchline, under pressure, gets a perfect kick inside, and you could see the 3 Hull FC players waiting for that ball to bounce into the hand.
Well, 20 points to 39. It's been an entertaining evening, despite the fact that both sides without a few star names, Widnes shorn of many of theirs. But the depth of the whole squad is here for all to see.
Time off.
As we have a touch of cramp to deal with 14 seconds remaining.
Sadie, you look at the
Okay,
game and how it's progressed. There's been 5 tries scored in a 7-8 minute spell, and that's all you need. One little switch off, and all of a sudden you'll be caught out.
Ruiz through. Wait.
Well, there'll be in no hurry to make this play the ball. Green to his feet. There's the final siren. 7 tries Hull have scored here tonight to 3 from Widnes. Probably in the end a fair reflection, but Widnes gave them a shock for 50 minutes. And then, well, Hull really did take control. Matongo, Griffin, Talanoa, the 3 killer tries in 4 minutes. But Hull go home tonight with the spoils. And as I say, their top 3, top 4 bid is underway.